Hello viewers, welcome to your Autonomous College. Today we are going to discuss about a new concept that is known as cell variables in Unix part. In the previous topic we are getting what are the cell scripting, and today we will only discuss what are the cell variables used in our Unix operating system. Now we can focus on a slide. So in this slide we are going to discuss what are the different ways we can create string variables. So here we can first of all discuss what are the different introductions about this topic, then we are learning variable names, then we are learning defining variables, accessing values, read-only variables, onsetting variables, and variable types. These 7 parts we must be discussed in this topic. First of all, we are only focused on that slide that is known as what is the meaning of cell variable in Unix operating system. So here a variable is a character string to which we assign a value. Whenever user want to assign any type of values in a variable, in that moment we can say like that we are only getting a memory reservation, just we can say like that. We know that whenever user want to create a variable, and that variable is known as the name of a memory location. We know that in C and C++ also we have a term like the variable. In that time we know that a memory location is a huge space. We want to reserve a single space from that huge space. So in that moment we must give a name of that space. So here that name of the space is known as a variable. So that variable is a character string to which we assign a value. Whenever user can take or create that variable, in that variable we may store some values in it. Then we can say like that that variable may contain a value format. So here the value assigned could be a number, text or file name, device or any other type of data. So that value may be assigned in the form of different format like number, text, file name, any device name, any other type of format we can say we have in our system. We can be also put in our a specific type of variable, because you know that in C, C++, Java we have a different type of variables like integer type, float type, double type, long type and character type and boolean type, etc. So here also we may be using like that. We may keep some file like number, text, file name or device name or any other type of formats we may be stored in a variable. So a variable is nothing more than a pointer to the actual data. So here the cell enables you to create, assign and delete variables. So whenever user want to create a variable, it's nothing more than a pointer. We know that if a user want to create a pointer, in that moment each and every type of pointer may store a address of a memory location. So here we can say like a variable is nothing more than a pointer. Similarly, a variable is also storing a name of a memory data, or you can say the value of a data. It is one part of that related to our pointer concept of that actual data. So here the cell enables you to create, assign and delete variables. Whenever user can want to create a cell, and that cell may create, or just we can say assigning some values, or we can say deleting some variables, etc., which are considered in the part of this introduction. So in the next slide we are going to discuss what are the different type of variable names we have in our Unix operating system. So here the name of variable can contain only letter like a, small a to z and capital A to z, and the numbers like 0 to 9 or the underscore character only we can take in the form of variable name, because we already discussed in C, C++ also. Similar rules is also used in our Unix operating system. That means we may contain lowercase alphabet and uppercase alphabet as a string variable, or similarly in the form of the numeric 0 to 9 also we can take to create the variable name, include underscore. So by convention the Unix cell variables will have their names in uppercase. Whenever user want to create any type of cell variables, and that will may have the name in the form of uppercase generally. So here all the following examples we are having in the form of the valid variable names like underscore ALI should be in uppercase letter. Then we can create another variable like token, that is also uppercase with underscore A, then var underscore 1, then var underscore just we can say 2. So in this way we can create some valid variable names in our Unix operating system. In the next slide we are going to discuss the following are the examples of invalid variables name, and that invalid variable names cannot be considered at the time of Unix operating system. The first character, or you can say the first variable name should not be starting with 2 like the number or digit. then 2 underscore var, then hyphen variable, then it is also one type of hyphen cannot be used in variable name, that's why it cannot be considered as one invalid format variable type. So we only consider like underscore, but similar we can have var 1 hyphen var 2, it is also invalid type. Then also we have another type of variable like var underscore a, and but we can taking like that is known as explanation mark. Due to that explanation mark, this variable name is considered as a invalid format. So the reason you can't use other characters such as epsilon, then star or hyphen is that these characters have a special meaning for the cell. But these 3 part can be used for special characters or special formats which are considered in our cell part, cell of that Unix operating system. So if a user is not considered in the part of cell, so in that moment we may taking different formats, like in the previous slide already we were discussing what are the different valid variable names can be created in Unix operating system. So if a user want to create this valid name, we must have some reasons how to create that variable, because you know that a variable name should not be starting with a number. That's why the first type is cancelled. In second type only we can have a special character like underscore, but here we have hyphen, that's why it cannot be considered. Then we can also having same problem like the hyphen, we are merging two variable name, that's why it is also invalid in nature. But in the last part variable can contain like epsilon, just we can say part of the explanation mark, due to that explanation mark it is also invalid in nature. Due to that reason these 4 type of variables are not considered in our Unix operating system. The next slide we are going to discuss how to defining some variables in a Unix operating system. So the variables are defined as follows. Here the variable underscore name, that means we may take the variable name, then equal to some variable values. What type of values we can put in this variable name? For example, just you can create a variable like name is the one variable, then we have a value like Zarali, and that Zarali must be put in the double quote. Whenever user can put this Zarali one value or string type value in the form of double quote to that variable name, that is known as a name. So the above example defines the variable name and assigns the value like Zarali to it. You may put any name, just putting a Zarali, you can put a number, you can put any other name, or you can put anything else instead of the Zarali, there is no problem. It is only one type of value, not a one constant, we can put this name type of variable. Similarly, that variables of this type are called as a scalar variables. So a scalar variable can hold only one value at a time, because you know that scalar variable means only we have a single type of variable, it is not an array type variable, it is a single type variable. So due to that single type of variable can only contain a single type of element in it or constant in it. So a scalar variable can hold only one value at a time. So the cell enables you to store any value you want in a variable. For example, like var1 equal to Zarali or var2 equal to 100, then there is no problem. We never keep more than one values in that single type of variable, it is an error. So if a user want to put more than one values in a single variable, we can take any other technique of that variable allocation. But this is known as a scalar type variable. A scalar type of variable can only contain a single type of constants in it. So in this way we can create that variable structure. According to that structure we may be manipulated. In the next slide we are going to discuss how to accessing some values in Unix operating system. So here to access the value stored in a variable, prefix its name with the $sign. Just we know that the $sign is known as one cell prompt, that is known as Unix prompt in our Unix operating system. So for example, the following script will access the value of defined variable name and print out it on, that is known as stdout. So here how to getting the standard out from this name variable, because that name variable must containing some name of a specific type of values in it. So here we first of all can type where has, then explanation mark, then /bin /sh. sh means you know there is one brownish shell. So in that time we can must like the name is known as one variable equal to, in double quote we can write as Zarali. So whenever user can put a generally, then we can type here like echo. Echo that gives the value of that variable, and that variable named as a name, and that variable name should be written in uppercase letter. Thus we can like that NAME. And whenever user can put an echo, it gives the advantage to getting the output in our print environment. So we can type here echo, then $sign, then we can type a name. So the above script will produce the following value like Zara Ali. That means that name variable contains some value, and that value is known as a Zara Ali. The Zara Ali value must be printing in that slide. So in this way we are accessing that values in which are stored in our variable type. So it is a general way through which we can be manipulated, there is no problem. So in this way we can easily accessing our Unix variable in a Unix operating system. If a user want to giving any type of values, like that may be one constant, that may be string type constant, character type constant, whatever user can put in that name, it must be represented in that format. In the next slide we are going to discuss here then how to manipulate it, this kind of accessing of values. So here in the next part we are going to discuss what is the real meaning of that read only variables. So here that cell provides a way to mark variables as read only by using the read only command. Through that read only command we can making a specific type variable only, we can read it. There is no possible chance to change its value, whatever value must be stored in a specific type of variable. So after a variable is marked read only, then its value cannot be changed. We know that whenever user can store some values in it, and that values cannot be changed throughout program. So this kind of problems it may be happen, so we must be careful about it. So that means we may, if a user want to put that read only with one constraint adding in a variable, that means that the variable value cannot be changed throughout a program. For example, the following script generates an error while trying to change the value of name. If a user want to change its value of that name, because if that name is considered as a read only, then it can create an error at the time of execution. So first of all, you can say like that, we can put a hash exclamation mark /bin then /sh, then we can type here like name. In that name we can store that is known as Zara Ali, and that name should be considered as a read only mode. So we can type a read only, then we can give a space, then we can type this variable, that is a Unix variable like name, then we can press enter. Again we need to change its value like name equal to Mangara Qadir. If a user can putting this name instead of this Zara Ali, we need to overwrite this Qadir, then in that moment we are getting an error, because why? Because this name is in the form of read only. We cannot, only we can read, but we cannot be changed throughout program. So this type of variable is known as a read only type of variables. The above script will generate the following result like /bin sh, the name equal to this variable is read only, because the user is going to changing its value of that name. That's why it can source like that message like this variable is read only mode. We cannot be make it as a write only mode. So in this we are getting this kind of output. This read only variable is so useful at the time of accessing this Unix operating system. There is no problem, because here that name is only the form of read only mode, it cannot be changed throughout program. In the next slide we are going to discuss how to onsetting variables. If a user want to put any type of onsetting type of variables, then how is it possible? So that onsetting or deleting a variable directs the cell to remove the variable from the list of variables that it tracks. Because we know that setting and onsetting, if a user want to setting some variables or onsetting some variables, onsetting means just we need to deleting the variable directs the cell to remove the variable from the list of variables that it tracks. Once you onset a variable, then you can't access, just you can say the stored value in the variable. If a user cannot be access that stored value in that variable, then we can say like that, this is onset, need to onset a variable. So the following is the syntax to onset a defined variable using this onset command, because you know that whenever user can put this onset command in means prefix of that a specific type of variable name, then it is known as a onsetting type of variables. First of all, we can type for onset, then we can give a space, then we can type a variable name. Then that is known as onset type of variable. So in that moment we can also getting this kind of consequence at the time of execution. The next slide we are going to discuss here is a simple example that demonstrates how the command works. So if a user want to know about it, how to a command should be executed in our Unix operating system, so we must put like that. We can put in here has, then explanation mark, then we can put in here like that. Just we can say name equal to Zarali, we must be put in the double keto, then we can type here onset name, then we can create here echo, then command prompt, thus we can say Unix prompt name. So the above example does not print anything. So you can use the onset command to onset the variables that are marked read only. So onset means if a variable is treated as read only mode, we need to remove that read only mode, or we can say delete from our Unix system. In that moment we must use like onset. That onset may be removed, any type of constraints if used in a specific type of variable, it can be removed also. If that variable need to be removed from our Unix operating system, in that time also you can put here onset. So in that way we may be manipulated without any confusion, without any delusion from that Unix operating system. In the next slide we are going to discuss what are the different type of variables we have in our Unix operating system. When a cell is running, we may have three types of variables are present here. The local variables, because you know that in C, C++, Java we also have different type of, just you can say some scope type of variables like local scope, global scope, instance scope, and just you can say any other type of scopes we maybe have in our Unix operating system. So here when a cell is running in Unix operating system, we only have three main types of variables are present. Like the local variables, which is known as a local variable, is a variable that is present within the current instance of the cell. It is not available to programs that are started by the cell. They are just you can say set at the command prompt. We cannot be manipulated. So that local variable is one normal variable which generally present in our Unix operating system, is one, just you can say it is a normal instance in our cell environment. So it is maybe not be available in the form of programs that may be started in cell programming part. So it can be used in the command prompt. So if a user is never be using this kind of command prompt, in that moment we may have different type of execution process. So that different type of execution process, it is a so complicated way to manipulate it. So it is not available to programs that are started by the cell. So they are set at the command prompt. So this is known as a one local variable types. So we also have another type of variables that is known as environment type of variables. In that environment type of variables, just you can say an environment variable is available to any child process of the cell. Some programs need environment variables in order to function correctly. So usually a shell script defines only those variables, or you can say those environment variables that are needed by the programs that it runs. Environment means it may be accessed outside a specific environment. Just you can say like that an environment variable is available to any child process of the cell, because you know that each and every type of environment type of variables, or you can say it is one type of global type of variables, it may be open to access each and every scope of a program. Similarly, in the Unix operating system, this environment type of variables is also equivalent to that. In that variable is available to any child process of the cell. That means any type of child processes may access this kind of variables in our cell programming part. Some programs need environment variables in order to function correctly. So usually a shell script defines only those environment variables that are needed by the program that it runs. Because we have number of type of variable scopes or number of type of variables, those variables are needed to access in the Unix operating system. This type of variables we may be prefer to use in our Unix operating system. Otherwise, there is no need to process it. So if a user need to process this kind of environment, we must be aware about it. If a user is not aware about it, then we are getting an error at the time of processing. So this cell variables is also another type of variable, thus we can say third type of variable. So in that type of variable, a cell variable is a special variable that is set by the cell and is required by the cell in order to function correctly. So if that cell is not functioning correctly, in that moment you are getting an error. So a cell variable should be special type of variable. That is not equivalent with this environment type variables or local type of variables. So each and every type of cell variables must be one type of special type of variables which is needed to be set by the cell and is required by the cell in order to function correctly. Because without that means coordination in between the cell and the user based program, then it is not behaving right perfectly or correctly, it is an error type. Some of these variables are environment variables, whereas others are local variables. Because you know that instead of these cell variables, other type of variables is known as one type of environment type of variables, or we can say it is known as local type of variables. But the cell variables is the most important part in our Unix operating system. And instead of this local and environmental variable, which is also part of in our C, C++ or Java also have different formats of variables like global variable, local variable, instance variable, class variable, default variable, whatever we have in our different type of programming language. But in a Unix operating system only we can have one is known as the local variable, environment type variable and cell type of variable. By using these three type of variable, we can manipulate our user relevant data in our Unix cell based environment. So here we already discussed like that cell variable is known as one type of special type of variable, but other two variables is known as a normal type, but according to situation we may use this type of variables to solve a specific type of problem through this Unix operating system. So today I only discuss what are the different type of cell variables used in our Unix operating system and how to manipulate it according to user requirement is always most important part in our Unix operating system. Okay, thank you. If you have any type of doubt, please try to send some queries through YouTube channel. Thank you very much.